ॐ नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मविद्यासम्प्रदायकर्तृभ्यो वंशऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। उपनिषत् मंत्र। ॐ आप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि वाक्प्राणचक्षुश्रोत्रमतो बलमिन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्मोपनिषदम् माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम् मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत् अनिराकरणमस्तु अनिराकरणं मे अस्तु तदात्मनि निरतेय उपनिषत्सु धर्माः ते मयि सन्तु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. So, in the last session we found that the story goes like when Prajapati announced, I am Abhadapatma, that renouncement in his chamber or in his court has been well received by everybody, and both Devas and Asuras wanting to know this Atma, because of which we can know, we can travel all world, and Sarvan Kaman, all the desires will can be fulfilled. So let us go to Prajapati and understand what is this Atma about. That is how the story is starting. And when they reached, Prajapati told them to adhere to Brahmacharya for 32 years, both of them diligently, with offerings and service to the teacher and the Gurukula. They completed 32 years, and then Prajapati, when asked what is the purpose of your staying here for 32 years, whether they have understood what they have come for, is still their intent to know that. When he asked, they said that, no, we heard about your announcement of Atma, which is Avahadapatma, and knowing which we will be able to reach everywhere and all our desires can be fulfilled. So we want to know this Atma. So Prajapati, as the first instruction said, that Atma is that one which you see in your eyes. When you look into your eyes, what you see, or what you look into a water, what you see as a reflection, or what you look in a mirror as a reflection, is what is Atma. It is reflected everywhere, not only in the reflecting medium, but everywhere. But that message was not well understood by both Indra and Virochana. They, thinking that that is what is being told, they were having a doubt and asked Prajapati, what is that? We don't understand that when we look into the eye or water or a mirror, we see ourselves. So Prajapati told them, go and get well dressed with all the ornaments and best dress and all, and come and look. So as instructed by the master, they both went and put on their kingly dresses, because Deva king is Indra and Asura king is Virochana. So they wore the kingly dress and the royal dress and came, and then Prajapati asked them to look now. So when they looked into it, they found that now they are looking a different body with all the dress and attire and decoration what is there on the body. And from the head to toe, they are able to see. So what Prajapati asked, what do you see now? Because there are two visions which have been told. One, when they asked brahmacharis, when they were asked to look, there was one thing what they could see. Now they have completely adorned themselves with the royal attires, and when they are looking down into the reflection, they are seeing the same body has been now seen as a decorated body. So This is what I have to tell you. You see what you see in the reflection. Before and now is what is the Atma. Without much of a batting of an eyelid, both of them left the ashramam, Prajapati's place, and started going back toward their respective kingdoms. Virochana was thrilled because he knew that what he is being told by has been understood. He thought that, this body is Atma. What we call it as I is definitely, I feel that I am the body. So all the decoration and everything which is being done is for this Atma, which is my body. And he goes back to his country or his abode and teaches everybody in the Asura clan that I learned from Prajapati that this body is the Atma, and we need to take care of this body, decorate it, and well maintain it, and nurture it, and take care of it in such a way. This is the Atma with which you can achieve all your desires and go wherever you want. Even to the extent if you want to go after your death to better places, make sure that your dead body, each of the dead body is given the best of the dressing and the decoration and even the perfumes, etc., etc. All those things should be done. So Shankaracharya in his Bhashya says, even today there are people who are doing these type of rituals of decorating the dead body with perfumes and best dress and even gold and other ornaments and things like that. They really are not the people, they are asuric people in nature. They have not understood what is the teaching of Prajapati. So now we enter into the ninth section, 8 chapters, ninth section, where Indra was on the way to the Devas. Atha Indra aprapya devan etad bhayam dadarsh yathaiva khalu ayam asmin sharire स्वान्द्वलङ्कृतो भवति सुवसने सुवसनः परिष्कृतः एवमेव अयम् अस्मिन् अन्ते अन्तो भवति साम्रे साम्रा भवति परिष्कृणे परिष्कृणा भवति अस्य एव शरीरस्य नाशम् अन्वेष्य नश्यति न अहम् अत्र भोग्यं पश्यामि इति. What does he say? Na aham atra bhogyam pashyami. I am not able to see this. It's not as an acceptable one. Why? Because he was on his way. He has not reached the Devas. Before that, he was thinking on the way. This is what is called the Mananam. What has been taught by the Prajapati is now being, taught again and again into the inner meaning. Into did it have a superficial meaning, or whether there was an intended meaning to that Devendra was thinking about. So when he was thinking it, so Ata Indra Devan Aprapya, even before reaching the Devan, Etad Bhayam Dadarsha, he felt the fear that this cannot be the Atma because I have not understood properly. Yatha eva kalu asmin sharire, in whichever way this body, if sadhu alankrite, swatu alankrita, if it is well decorated, it becomes well decorated. Suvasane, suvasana, if it is well dressed or well adorned, it looks well adorned. Parishkrite, parishkrita, if it is combed well or done the beautification, it appears to be beautified. Bhavati. Evameva, ayam asmin ande andha bhavati. Same way, not only while decorating this side, the other side also, if one eye is gone, the reflection also will have one eye less. Samre, samra. If there is any defect in one of the organs, like either the ear or the nose or any defect in the body, that is reflected on that. Parivarkne, parivarknaha. If it is if it is a defect in the limbs, like the hands or legs, then it will be either limb, that defect is reflected in the even in the reflection. Asya sharirasya eva nasham anu esha nashyati. If this body is dead, then there is no reflection which can be seen in the body. But I have heard that this Atma is Apahadapatma and Amrita. It is immortal and all is all. So it cannot be this physical body. So what he does it, he goes back to Prajapati again. Sa samitpanihi punareva ayam tam Prajapati uvacha. Magavan atha shantahridaya prapraji सार्धं विरोचनः कस्मिन् पुनरागमा इति सः उवाच यदैव खलु अयं भगवः अस्मिन् शरीरे स्वाद्वलङ्कृते सान्त्वलङ्कृतो भवति सुवनसे सुवनसः परिष्कृते परिष्कृतः एवमेव अयम् अस्मिन् अन्ते अन्तो भवति साम्रे साम्रः परिष्कृणे परिष्कृणः अस्य एव शरीरस्य नाशम् अन्वेष नश्यति नाहम् अत्र भोग्यं पश्यामि इति. So whatever he thought in his mind, so he was repeating to Prajapati with the offering Samitpani, which was in his hand, and he offered there and told Prajapati, Atra bhogyam aham na pashyami. I am not seeing something which is acceptable to me. Bhogyam means here not eatable, acceptable. Iti saha Samitpani puham punaha eva eyaya tam Prajapati uvacha. So to such a Indra, the Prajapati is now talking. Maghavan, hey Indra, Tvam Shantahridaya Virochanena Sardham Yat Pravaji. You went along with Virochana to your house with satisfaction. Why is it that you are Kim Ichan Puna Agamaha? What is that made you come back again and not go back to your house? Because you and Virochana, both of you left from here, knowing very well what is the Atma. But you seems to have come back with Samitpani again with the offerings and again with the intent to stay back and study further. What is the reason you have come back? Sa uvacha. Bhagava, my dear sir, yatha eva khalu asmin sharire sadhu alankrita swanase swanasa parishkrute parishkrita bhavati. Which he was thinking, that same thing he was repeating everything that if it is well dressed, you see the reflection well dressed. If it is well, the clothes were of good nature, it will be seen reflected as parishkrute means if it is any beautification is done, that is seen. Evam eva asmin ande andaha sambre sambra parivirkne parivirkna bhavati. Or the same thing like the blind or the defect in the sense organs or limbs, it is done, it is seen reflected in. Asya sharirasya eva nasha manu esha nashyati. If the sharirasya nasha, if the body is deceased or dead, so Atma also will be dead. Bhogyam aham na pashyami iti. I cannot accept this. This is not what I thought is the nature of Atma. Is what he told Prajapati. So the Prajapati now understood that Devendra has done the Malana. He has not accepted the physical appearance of the body as the Atma. Definitely, but he has not understood what was the intent when he said, you look into the reflection or what you see before without the decoration and after with all the royal attires. He has seen only the external changes of the body. He is not the one which is unchangeable as the observer or the witness of the changes. He has not seen that. Therefore, what he says, Evam eva esha magavan iti havovacha tu evate bhuya anuvyakyasyami vasarapani dvatimshati varshani iti sa cha aparani dvatrimshati varsham savacha tasmai uvacha. So it said that, Indra, I shall explain to you this again. Please stay here for another 32 years and follow the rituals and the rules of the ashram or the teacher, and then after having completed the 32 years, Indra goes to Prajapati again So, and he asked, I have completed now 32 years and I have come back to you with my enquiry again. Tasmai Hovacha. To him, the Brahma Prajapati is now explaining further, which is now we'll go to the 10th section. Ya esha swapne mahiyamana charati, esha atma iti sa uvacha, etad amrutam abhayam etad brahmeti, saha shantahridayaha pravaraja, saha aprapya eva devan, etad bhayam dadarsa, tadyad vyadyavitam अपीदं शरीरमन्दं भवति अनघ अनन्दः एष भवति यदि श्राम्रम् अश्रामो न वै एष अस्य दोषेण दूषयति. So Prajapati is telling to Indra in this thing. Sa esha swapne mahiyamana charati. Whichever one is that which is being well respected and moves along into the sapna or the dream world, esha atma, that is the atma. So listen to that sentence very clearly. Ya esha swapne mahiyamana charati esha atma. Whichever one is being respected now in waking, but travels to swapna, swapne sancharan, swapne charati. Esha atma etat amrutam abhayam etat brahma iti uvacha. This is what is atma. Etat, this is amrutam abhayam, without mrityu, amrutam, without death, abhayam, where there is no fear because there is nothing other than itself. Therefore, there is no second one to be afraid of. Therefore, a state of abhayam. Etat Brahma, and this Atma is Brahma. Esha Atma etat Brahma. This Atma itself is Brahma. Iti hovacha Prajapati. Prajapati explained to Indra like this. Saha Shantahridaya Pravaraja. Sa Devan Aprapya etat Bhayam Darsha. Like the previous time, Indra got a temporary happiness. Oh, now I understood what is being told. And so I have now understood that what is Atma, and he went back to his own house, to his own abode. But before reaching the Deva, sa Devan aprapya eva, edat bhayam dadarsha. He felt the inadequacy and found that there is a defect in what is this told. Tat idam shariram, this body, yadyapi andam bhavati, sa ananda bhavati. In the waking, if the body is losing one eye, but in the dream, both the eyes are functioning. How can it be? But how can then that it be the body which is being referred here? The body in the waking has lost one eye or one hand or one limb or whatever may be there. But in the dream, the dreamer is not going through this experience of lack of one eye or lack of limb or lack of leg. Ananda bhavati. Yadi samram asrama, if the body has got any defect, it is not reflected in the dreamer's body. Esha asya doshena na dushyati. If there is any defect in the body, doshena na dushyati, the purusha which is in the swapna or in the dream doesn't go through these defects if it is that. So there is something wrong. Something wrong. Then what he says that in the second mantra in the section, he says, Na vadena asya hanyate na asya sramyena sramodhanti tu eva enam vichadayanti iva apriyavatve eva bhavati api rodati iva na aham atra bhogyam pashyami iti. What does it? Asya vadena, by the death of the body of the Swapnama person, in the waking person doesn't die. Reverse. Now he is thinking the reverse one. Asya vadena na hanyate. Asya sramena na sramaha. If there is a defect of the person in the dream, when I wake up, I have no problem. If I feel that somebody has broken my leg in a fight, or I lost my one hand in a sword fight, or in an accident, but when I wake up, I am not seeing that this happened to me in my waking. Even that if anything, if I am being murdered, or if I murder somebody in the day, that person is also not killed when I wake up. Neither, if I am killed, I am still not dying. If I kill somebody, that person is not dead when I wake up. That person is still there around me. Tandi vichhayanti iva apriyavatto iva bhavati. Sometimes I am having the happiness in waking, but I am having unhappiness in dream, or happiness in the dream, but in the waking I am unhappy. Rodati iva api. I am crying as if I am crying in the dream, but actually I am not crying. Aham atra bhogyam na pashyami iti. I cannot accept this type of illogical acts of saying that it is the one which is being worshipped in waking, which is moving into the Swapna world also. It is not the same person which is, because there is no way I can correlate the continuity of the same person between the waking and the dream. Therefore, these two things looks illogical to me, and I cannot accept. Na bhogyam bhavati. Therefore, I cannot accept it. What is what uh, Prajapati is telling? There must be something deeper to it. Let me go back to him. So, what does Indra say is that Sa Samitpani Punareva Ayam Tam Prajapati Uvacha Magavan Yat Shanta Hridaya Pravavaji Kimichan Punaragamaha Iti Saha Uvacha Tadyabhyavim Bhagava Shariram Mandavavadi Anaka Ananda Sabhavati Iti Samra Asramo Na Eva Esha Asya Doshane Dushiti Navadena Asya Hande Na Asya Sramyena Sramodanti Tu Eva Enam Vichadayanti Iva Priyavattayadeva Bhavati Api Rodati Iva Na Aham Atra Bhogyam Pashyami Iti. So he is with the Samit Pani again like the previous occasion. So he has done 32 years, and the subsequent 32 years he alone. First time he and Virochana did together. Second time he did it alone. Now he has come back again with the Samit Pani to the ashram to serve the Guru again, to know more the details about. That time when the Prajapati is asking, why are you come back? You were satisfied with my answer and you went back, but why did you come back? So he repeats all those things what was running in his mind during his mananam, whatever he found that the disparities between the waking and the dream. If it is the same person who is worshipped in the waking, who is now there in the dream, there is no continuity of that. One side it is blind, other side it is not blind. One side it is, delimbed, the other side he is not. One side he is crying, other side he is not crying. All sides of the both are not same way. There is something missing, which is therefore atra aham na bhogyam pashyami. I don't think that it is acceptable to me. I am not this thing. So please, I am not accepting what you said. Evamesha magavan iti Sahuvacha etam tu eva te bhuyaha anuvyakyasyamahi Vasaparani dvatrimshat varshani iti sahava aparani dvatrimshat varshani uvasa tasmai hauvacha. Again, with the same thing, he is being now told to stay for another 32 years by Prajapati. So 32 plus 32, 64 plus 32. no, 96 years. So in the 11th section, when after the staying there for another 32 years, he is now being again taken back by the Prajapati for instruction. What does he say? Tat yatra etat suptaha samastaha samprasannaha swapnam na vijanati esha atmeti ha uvacha etat amrutam apayam brahmeti saha shantahridaya pravraja saha aprapya devan etat abhridayam dadarsha na aha kalu ayam evam samprati atmanam janati ayam aham asmi iti na evam ani bhutani vinasham eva apito bhavati na aham atra bhogyam pashyami. What does he say? Tat yatra samastaha etat suptaha, the one who is into the deep sleep, which samasta means all the instruments of the body, the sense organs of knowledge, sense organs of action, the body, the mind, intellect, even the sense of individuality. All of them, etat supnaha samprasannaha swapnam na vijanati. He is reaching a state where he is not even having a dream. Esha atma iti hauvacha. That is what is atma. Where you are not even knowing you are waking, nor even knowing your dream, but the same worshipped in Deva or worshipped entity, Purusha, is the one which is moving to Swapna and now moving into Samprati. Samprati means deep sleep. Into deep sleep. That is what is called Atma. This is how Prajapati is now giving after the 96th year, his answer is like this. Esha Atma iti ha uvacha. Etat amritam apayam brahma etat iti. Sa shanta hridaya pravraja saha Indra devan aprapya eva adat etat bhayam dadarsha. Same like the previous occasion, he became satisfied when Prajapati told that, it is the same person who from waking moved into dream, and now after having abandoned all the attachments of sense organs of action, knowledge, mind, intellect, and everything, even not knowing the space and time, who is now in the deep sleep, it is the same which is Atma, and that is Abhayam Amrutam, and that Tad Brahma, that is the Brahma. So he became satisfied. Looks that there is thing, and he was thinking about it going back to the Devaloka. But Devan Aprapya Eva Edad Bhayam Dadarsha. But before reaching the Devaloka, he again found the defects in that teaching. Ayam aham asmi. Iti evam atmanam samprati na aha kalu janati. This Atma in the deep sleep, Sushuptavasthayam, Ayam means Ayam aham asmi. The one which is in the deep sleep, how can I say I am the one who is in the deep sleep? Samprati naha kalu janati. I do not know myself in my deep sleep. How can I say I know myself in the deep sleep very well? I'm not knowing myself in my deep sleep, whether I am there or not, or my deep sleep. What is that? There is something wrong which I can accept. We cannot accept that it is the same I of the waking which is now in the deep sleep. I can understand between the waking and the dream, But why did Prajapati say that it is the same person which was there in the waking who has gone into dream and is now in the deep sleep, abandoning everything? But that I am not even knowing who is that. Samprati aham na janami. So therefore, Atmanam samprati naho kalu janati. Imani bhutani no eva visnasham apita eva. Not only that, Imani bhutani. These worlds of experience of the dream and the waking is even not known to me whether they exist or not. Then, apita eva, as if I have reached vinasham, apita eva. I have reached a place where I have lost myself. My annihilation has taken place. That is the feeling I am having in my deep sleep. That is what is happening. So there is something missing in this teaching. I am not able to understand it properly. So atra means in the sushupti avastha or in the deep sleep, ogyam na pashyami. I am not seeing this atma which is being revered as apahadapatma, etat amrutam abhayam brahma. All those things, there is not even a knowledge that what is there in that state. I am in a state of absolute non-existence in my deep sleep. So how can you say that amrutam abhayam brahma and abhatapatma? Because the world itself is not there, so there is no way you can even qualify those things. So therefore, bhogyam na pashyami. I'm not seeing some logic, imperfection in your statements, in his statement. Saha samitpani puna eyaya tam prajapati uvacha. So he goes back to the Prajapati again with samitpani and says that Makhavan, Tvam yat shanta hridaya pravaji kim itchan puna agama iti. The same question again. You were very satisfied with my answer and you went out of this ashrama with all happiness that you have now understood what is the Atma, Amritam, Abhayam, Brahma. And now you are coming back with Samitpani with the offerings again to stay back in this ashram to know more. What, Kim Ichan, what is the desire which brought you back to this place again? Saha Uvacha. He says, Indran says to Prajapati, Bhagavaha, Ayam aham asmi iti evam atmanam naha kalu janati. In the deep sleep, I am not knowing that this is the Atma. You said in the deep sleep, I am that Purushan which is there, in the moving from waking to dream to deep sleep is the Atma, Amrutam Abhayam Brahma. But I am not able to know him. There is no way I can know him because I myself feel as if I am annihilated there. I am not, the knower is not there in the deep sleep. So how do I know? I will know that Atma there. Imani bhutani no vinasham apita eva bhavati. All these bhutani, all these creations, which was experienced in my waking and then in the dream, they all have got destroyed or as if they have ceased to exist in my vinasham apita eva. So there is a total annihilation. Nothing is feasible or nothing is known, neither knowing myself, nor I am knowing Atma, I am as Atma, nor I am experiencing the world of objects. Neither the sense organs function there, nor the indriyas or the actions or senses or organs of action is working, nor does my mind and intellect function to know that I exist or not. So I am feeling as if I have totally been annihilated in that state in my deep sleep. Therefore, atra aham bhogyam na pashyami iti. Therefore, Bhagavan, oh Prajapati, dear sir, there is something which I am missing and I am not able to accept your statement and I do not know what you are conveying by this. That is why I have come back again with offerings to your ashram to learn more. This is how Indra says to Prajapati. So Prajapati, what does he say? In the second one, Or in the third one, okay. In the third one, what he says is that evam eva esha magavan iti ha uvacha etam tu eva te bhuya anuvyakhyasyami no evan atra etasmat vasaparani panchavarshani iti saha aparani panchavarshani uvasa tani ekashatam सम्पेदुः एतत् तत् यदा आहुः एकशतं हा वै वर्षाणि मघवन् प्रजापतेः ब्रह्मचर्यम् उवास तस्मै उवाच. So Maghavan, O Indra, Esha evam ha iti uvacha. Prajapati now starts talking to Indra, who has come back again with the Samit Pani. Etam tu eva te bhuya anuvyakhyasyami. I will explain to you. Anuvyakhyasyami means I will explain to you again. Anu means again. Anuvyakhyasyami. I will explain to you again. I have told you that if you are smart enough or if you are intelligent enough, the first statement itself you should have understood. You went back with Virojana. No. Then you came back second time. Then I told you about the Swapna experience. That time also you became happy and went back. But when you realize that it is not right, you came back. Now the third time also, when I told you about the deep sleep, you have gone back. Now you have come back after that this thing. So I will explain to you again. Etasmat anyatra no aparani panchavarshani vasayiti. To know this, you might to stay for another 5 more years. Sa aparani panchavarshani upasa ityani. He stays for another 5 more years. Ekashatam sampeduhu. When having thus completed 32 plus 32 plus 32 plus 5, 101 years, then the Prajapati says, Maghavan, Ekashatam Varshani Prajapatau Brahmacharyam Uvasa Haivai Iti Etat Ahu Tat Etat Tasmai Hauvacha. You have now completed your Brahmacharya of 101 years. Therefore, I am now, what is left to be told also will be explaining to you as I have been doing it in the earlier stages. I have told you earlier, but you did not understand. Now, what is to be the ultimate final thing which I have to tell you also, I will tell you. Now, because you have completed your another 5 more years with which you have completed the 101 years. So he say, Maghavan, Martyam va idam shariramaftam mrityuna tat asya amrutasya asharirasya atmanaha adhishtanam apto vai sasharira priyabhyam navai sasharirasya sada priyapriyo apahati asya shariram vavasantam na priyapriye sprushatah. This mantra is a very important mantra because this is what he is telling the absolute about the reality of it, neither related to waker, dream or deep sleep, beyond that. And this mantra is being used by Shankaracharya many places to explain the Atma Tattvam in his commentaries. So what does he say? Maghavan, O Indra, idam shariram, this body, martyam, is a object which gets destroyed, means which has got a decay and the death, mrityuna, by the act of decay. Attam tat amrutasya asharirasya asya atmana adhisthana. So what does it say? This body which is being under the clutches of death is what is called mere body. Amritasya asya sharirasya asya atmanaha adhisthana. Asya atmanaha adhisthana. It is the abode for the Atma which has got Amritam Ashariram, which is immortal and which doesn't have a body. All this while when you were telling you the difference from the waking to the dream and the deep sleep, you were associating yourself with your body as you. The word you is the used word Atma here. So Atma means we should understand what is being told is about ourself. Now if you see, look at that, everything we add self, ourself, yourself, itself, themselves, all the place we add self, not realizing what is the self is in its real nature. So when Prajapati is saying that this body which you thought as you in the waking, in the dream, and in the deep sleep, which got destroyed also without the body in the deep sleep. Even though when all these things are happening, that body is the adhisthana, asya atmana adhisthana, is the abode or is the receptacle or the container for the Atma. Atma cannot be contained, but as if it is contained in the body. Sashariraha, when we are with the body, priya priyabhyam, what is liked and disliked, attavai, the body is the one which is saying, this is, I like this, I don't like this. Sa sharirasya sataha, sasharira, when it is sasharira, priya priyo apahati. When with priya priyo apahati means there is no stoppage or no discontinuity for the priya likes and dislikes. Na asti vai. There was no way in which you had experienced that there is a gap between the likes and dislikes, or it was a continuous experience of likes and dislike in the body, whether you are in waking, whether you are in dream, or whatever may be your condition, because you are associating with your body. Therefore you were thinking that this continuous feelings of likes and dislike which is being experienced by the body is what you are. But ashariram santa priya prihe nas prasata. This Atma is without Sharira. I am Atma. Sandam priya priye nas prasata. The likes and dislike of the body doesn't touch the Atma. The Atma which you thought that you are seeing, the one which is always thinking that you are the body, with which you are experiencing this likes and dislike, it has never been touched, or the Atma has never been tainted at any point of time by this likes and dislike which you are being experiencing through your body. So it is what you identified with yourself as a body is the reason why you felt that I am having likes and dislikes. And that likes and dislike which you had in the waking, you extended it to your dream also, where there also you had the likes and dislike. And then you are continuously thinking that this likes and dislike is experienced by me, that aham, that the 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 body which is the one which is going through. So Prajapati said, "Oh Indra, please listen to me. This body is perishable. it is enveloped and overwhelmed by death from every side. How can this be the Atman for you? You have not really thought about it. This physical body is, we all know, it has got aging, childhood, adulthood, old age, everything. Or the waking, dream, and deep sleep we are going through again and again and again and again. In all these things, we are seeing that changes are imminent and is continuous. And what you said in the deep sleep, you said you felt as if you have annihilated. That is the causal condition which engenders that experiences of the mind, which is not is in a projection or in a nature in which experiences can be experienced of the dream and waking. It is in a potential mood or bija avastha, or you can say, it in the way in which it is not sprung into action. Hence, you can say that this annihilation feeling also is not because you were really annihilated. Your body, the receptacle, was still there. The Atma experiencing through that is still there. That is why when you wake up, you are saying you have had a good sleep. So whether you look from all these angles, you cannot deny you ceased to exist. Even when the body or the likes and dislikes keep changing, the one which is keeping knowing the changes and everything has never been affected by the changes. Unless by ignorance, this is what we have to understand. By ignorance, we identify with that I am the body, then the pain and pleasure of the body, of the mind, of the intellect, all is superimposed on you. But that you is pure. When that event is over, you are still the same. The good happened, you enjoyed it, but after the movement, after you move to out of the good, when the next bad thing comes, you are the experiencer of the bad, but the bad and the good are seen by you, observed by you. So the Atman is neither in the individual consciousness of one person, you cannot say, or a unconscious entity of the deep sleep. It is different. So what happens is that we cannot even imagine a sort of awareness where one is not even aware of himself or its own individuality. It is not even aware of anything else in the deep sleep, but you cannot say you are aware of yourself in the deep sleep. Such awareness is the Atman about which we have to know. That Atman, if you want to know, we have to go analyzing into very depth of it. Definitely not the body, because there's got the transformation, death and decay and age, old age, young age, middle old age. And we know that nobody can escape death because of the body. If we are associating ourselves with the body, we know the body is one day going to die. Everybody knows that there is a death available as the ultimate end of experiences for the body. But the one Atma which is using this as a vehicle for manifestation of immortal, bodiless Atman which is perceiving everything through the body, is not known to any one of us. This receptacle for the Atman is the body. And it is manifesting when the functions of body is functioning or the different organs are functioning. This is what we call it as physical experience. And the experience through the sense organs or the mind, body, and intellect is not compatible with the nature of Atman, which is immortal, Amritam Abhayam. Therefore, what happens is that we are not in a position to know Atman as an object. How can we ever know Atman as an object? Because the knower is prerequisite for every knowing, and it can never objectify itself. So the Prajapati goes to the next statement. Asharire, ashariraha vayuhu, abram vidyut stanaditru, asharirani etani tat yatha etani amushyat, akashat, samuthaya, param jyotihi, upasampadya, swena rupena, abhinishpadyante. The air, the cloud, the lightning, thunder, none of them have body. They are all unbodied, asharira. These are all arising out of the space as if, and having reached the fullness of their expression, and assumes their own forms, even without a body. When they were in the space without expression, the Vayu is not seen. Only when it expresses as a breeze or a wind, the body of the Vayu is taking place. Same is the case of cloud. When the cloud is thin and spread all over the sky, we don't see the cloud. But when they come together and form a dark cloud or a white cloud, we see the body of the cloud. Same way, the lightning, which is present there in the sky, until it shines out and expresses its body, we do not know the lightning or thunder, whatever may be that. So these are the things which is indicating that the bodilessness of things which can momentarily have body is possible in the subtle realm. So the injunction of Prajapati about the bodiless existence is free from the conditions which are there for the body, should not be attributed to the bodiless state, which is unintelligible with the mind, because the mind can never think anything beyond the space and time, and space and time is itself is an expression of body. It's not an abstraction. Atman, when we say that it is bodiless, it is not an abstraction from physical existence. We cannot think, mind cannot think into this abstractness, because we can only think about things in the condition of space and time. And therefore, the qualities of the space and time are inherent in every body. A non-physical existence within the space and time can never be imagined by the mind. There are clear-cut expressions of awareness which is not requiring the physical body to be aware of itself. The expression is that the changelessness of it, because change is part of time. So the changelessness is not included in the time, therefore it is beyond time. Same way, the awareness doesn't need anything in the space. When it becomes anything within the space as an awareness, it becomes an object. Now, Atman, which is which is not having the body, but it expresses through the body, cannot be contained by the body because it is not in one body the Atman is there. It is present in all the bodies everywhere. Therefore, it is not possible for the mind which is conducive or trained to measure things which are within the realm of the space and time, and thereby the objectiveness of everything, to come to a state of timelessness and spacelessness. That is what is called the immortality of Asharira. The word is used is here. So, we need to discuss this in detail. What is that state? So I'll read the third mantra today, but I'm not going to explain it. And we will take that explanation the next Wednesday. I'll continue some of the previous mantras so that we have a continuity in the next class. But the third mantra, what he says is that evam eva esha samprasadaha asmat sharirat samuttaya param jyotihi upasambadya svena rupena abhinishpadyate sa uttama purushaha sa tatra paryeti jashatkridan ramamanaha स्मीभिः वा यानैः स्त्रीभिः वा यानैः वा ज्ञातिभिः वा न उपसजनं स्मरन् इदं शरीरं स यथा प्रयोग्य आचरेण युक्तः एवम् एव अयम् अस्मिन् शरीरे प्राणो युक्तः. So here it is talking about the supreme Purusha, Uttama Purusha, or the highest Purusha. Asmat Sharirat Samuttaya, Param Jyoti. It is the supreme effulgence or self-illumining nature of, by what? By knowledge. Arising out of this body, having reached the highest place. Highest means it is not in location. It is not in space and time the highest when you are talking about. It is having a form which is beyond space and time. That is why it is his own form. Because space and time is a appearance in the waking and the dream. But here is the Atma which is not conditioned by the waker, the dream or the deep sleep, beyond that. Therefore, it has got its own form which is the highest in the nature, not means the mentally we cannot imagine such a state. And it is the Param Jyoti. It is the awareness in its full blast or full stream, which we cannot even imagine because we cannot think about a knowledge without an object. And that is the highest person. In that realm, he is, suppose he is as if he is playing, laughing, rejecting, rejoicing, and enjoying everything as if it is a world of his own, because he creates. From him, everything is the creation is appearing to be happening. Therefore, the body, whichever he wants, he can enter. The desires which he wants to fulfill, he can enter. So the first mantra, where Sarvan Kama and Ashnuta, where he is Prapnoti, he reaches all those things, is being explained in this third mantra, which we will deal it in detail in the next Wednesday's class. Because it need to be explained a lot, word by word, which I'll do it in the next Wednesday class. We'll stop it here. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namah. Harihi Om. Thank you. Dhanyavad.